The first scream wasn't human. It came from deep within the trees, wet, guttural, and just wrong. By the time the second scream echoed through the night, we realized it was coming from inside the cabin. We weren't even supposed to be there. It was a last-minute trip, a desperate escape before real life started. For of us, me, Rachel, Marcus, and Jean, college friends chasing one final weekend of freedom. The cabin was a Craigslist find, suspiciously cheap, completely remote, and swallowed by the Appalachian forest. No cell service, no neighbors, just us and the woods. The owner was a gaunt man with these dark, sunken eyes. He just handed us the keys without a single word. His hands were trembling, and I remember thinking it was just the cold. I was so wrong. The cabin itself looked normal enough, you know? Rustic, a bit dusty. It had a big fireplace, floorboards that groaned with every step, and this weird smell. Like damp leaves and iron. Marcus, always the jokester, said it smelled like old blood. We all laughed. I think that was the last time any of us really did. As soon as night fell, the forest seemed to come alive. It started with scratching noises, not on the walls, but from asterisk under asterisk them. Like something was crawling around inside the very foundation of the house. Jeanne swore she saw something moving behind the peeling wallpaper. Then Rachel, while straightening a rug, found a small door in the floorboards. There were no hinges, no handle, just a faint square outline, sealed completely shut. We should have left right then and there, packed our bags, and just driven away. But we were young and stupidly brave. Instead, Marcus grabbed a crowbar from the car and started prying it open. The wood groaned like it was in pain. Beneath it was a narrow, crude tunnel carved straight into the earth. No lights, no steps. Just a rickety ladder descending into absolute blackness. We started arguing. Rachel was crying, begging us to just close it and forget about it. But Marcus, he had to be the hero. He went down anyway. He didn't scream. He didn't say a word. He just came back up, different. His eyes were wrong, too wide, too still. He didn't say what he saw. He just stared at us all night, silent. When we woke up the next morning, he was gone. And so was Jeanne. We screamed their names, searched the woods until our throats were raw. Nothing, not a single footprint, not a broken twig. Just endless trees tall, twisted, and it felt like they were watching us. Rachel found Marcus's phone near the open tunnel. The screen was cracked, but the last photo he took was still on it. It was blurry, distorted, but you could just make out a shape, something pale, crouched low to the ground, with limbs that were far too long and a face that looked like stretched, melting wax. That was it. We were leaving. We threw everything into the car, desperate to get away. But it wouldn't start. The engine just clicked, dead. And the keys, they were gone. That night, Rachel shook me awake, her voice a terrified whisper. She said she could hear Jen's voice outside. I listened. It was asterisk her voice, but it was wrong, slurred, echoing, like someone trying to remember how to sound human. We barricaded the cabin, piling furniture against the doors and windows. The scratching returned. Louder this time, closer, and then the lights flickered and died, plunging us into total darkness. In the suffocating silence, I heard Rachel sobbing quietly next to me. Then, her sobs turned into this horrifying, empty laughter, and then, just silence. I fumbled for a match, my hands shaking so badly I could barely strike it. The flame flared to life. She was gone. The tunnel door, the one we had tried so hard to close, was wide open again. I ran. I didn't think, I just bolted. Into the woods, away from the cabin. Away from the screams that weren't human and the voices that were. I don't remember how long I ran. It could have been hours. It could have been days. The forest just never seemed to end. It felt like a maze designed to keep me there forever. Eventually, I stumbled onto a road. A beat-up truck pulled over. The driver, an old man, didn't say much. He just stared straight ahead, his knuckles bone white on the steering wheel. I asked him where we were, he said, without even looking at me. You shouldn't be here. I asked what he meant by that. He turned his head slowly, and his eyes were just as empty as the cabin owner's. He said that cabin was never listed. It burned down 10 years ago, 4 kids went missing. They never found the bodies. My blood ran cold. I asked him how he knew all that. He gave me a thin, chilling smile and said, because I buried them. I threw the door open and jumped out of the moving truck. I'm still running. The forest never ends. And somewhere in the dark, I know the cabin is always waiting. Thanks for listening to my story. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more tales from the shadows. Stay safe out there.